All right, well, here we go. Sucker. How do I noob tube, Chris? Oh, no! Now you're on this, suckers! Oh!
Yeah!
Oh. Okay, I'm good. I've been immersed.
The next level of immersion in PC gaming might be here, and if you like bass, this might be the device you're looking for. We need more bass! Oh yeah! All right, so a company called Critical Mass reached out and wanted us to check out this device. They sent it over. Basically what it is that it's going to go in your chair, it's going to rest on your back, and it has vibration feedback, essentially. It ties into the audio through your system. You're going to connect it to your computer, and any low frequency bass frequencies are going to go to this and vibrate. That's the long story short. But what it can do is raise the immersion in the game. And if we're talking build quality of the device itself, as you can see, it's got a big old speaker back here. This is plastic backing. The rest of it is pretty much foam. The pad that goes on your back is Velcroed to this overall, and it's pretty heavy. So I'd imagine anything with the big old magnet in there would be pretty heavy, but it actually gets heavier when you look at the power box for it. This is what powers that through its connections, and we have the power knob on this one, as well as control for phase and crossover, and you can even boost it a little bit more with this switch. You have the connections on the back. We have the speaker out. The speaker out is what runs the big old cable, the power cable from this into the device, and then you have the left-right input, and this is what's going to be coming from your computer into this, like a 3.5mm jack, something like that. There's going to be different configurations you do with it, because you're going to want your game at full audio when sending to this device, so you get the max effect on this device. But there are ways that you can tap it into your own audio setup without necessarily having to control what you hear separately from what power this device is getting. It's not as good of an effect, but it does work that way as well, if you want a more simpler setup with it. However, you know what? Something like this has to be experienced to be really talked about. So I invited over a bunch of friends. The Coalition Gaming crew is in the house. Let's get to that.
It's a good thing I never get shot.
HQ active. Enemy under HQ, move in.
Now without it, does it feel like it's kind of missing? Missing something?
I don't feel nothing now.
I know that, but like, do you want it? Like, do you want it back?
You have too much mids in your headphones.
Do you understand the assignment?
Hey man, you gotta have some sort of reaction. This is a react video.
Well, first impressions, as a bigger guy, taller guy, you definitely want a deeper chair, because it's pushing me, my butt is on the edge of the chair, so it's kind of uncomfortable. As for the device itself, it feels nice. I do like the description that it does feel like I'm inside a car with a big subwoofer, or I'm in the car next to that car with a big subwoofer.
Ooh. Hello. That's nice. You like that? Yeah, that's nice. It reminds me of like having a subwoofer in a car. It does have kind of that feeling. Yeah, just a little bit, like just when you get that little bit of vibration on it. That's what I enjoy that. This is how music feels on it.
Yeah, it's in my throat. For sure. No, I like it. I think even like what Matt was saying though, me being a smaller guy, it's still pushing me forward. I wish it was more ergonomical and maybe a little thinner. Right? It would fit with more chairs, and I wish it kind of did a little wraparound effect, and maybe you'd be able to feel things from different sides. That might be cool. But what's it getting its input from? Like just audio?
Yeah, game audio.
So,
or all system-wide audio, the way that I have it set up. So any game, anything that's being the loudest, essentially.
Definitely the bass from the music. You can even hear it in my voice, like cracking it up while the music's playing.
Do you like that?
I mean, yeah. Feels good.
Okay, so I'm firing up a game right now. I literally just finished setting the device up. Lift it up a little bit so it's a little bit higher on my back. I could already feel some of the vibrations that are in it.
So what I'm hoping from this is I'm hoping that this is another source of information, another source of input. Not only like my eyes and ears, like I'm constantly getting information from what I see, from what I'm hearing, but I'm hoping that this is going to be another source of, like, if I can't see it or hear it, I can feel the footsteps, I can feel the bullets or where they're coming from. So I do feel the explosions all the way from across the map. Even if the grenades are not next to me, I mean, I could still freaking feel them that they're going off. I think this map might be a little too small to get what I was expecting.
I get to play as the HELGAIDEN. Oh yeah.
Really
I have
loud.
7 subs, guys.
It's really loud.
Famous. NoobTube.
That's the first.
Hey, where's my loadout, man?
Perfect loadout. Okay.
Is that all the way up? Yes, it is. Cool. Ooh, that vibration is nice. Every time the explosion goes off, I can actually feel the footsteps behind me too. Suck it, bitch. Sorry. The vibration is nice on it. It works really good.
Moving along. Oh yeah, that's kind of cool. Machine guns, man. Oh, the rumble.
You're losing control.
Reloading. The rumble. That one. That one.
Have a personal radar drone ready for escort.
Okay, so the bass is crazy. All right, the bass from like the death string is intense.
Friendly care package
There's
inbound.
phase control on it as well.
Turn it off. All right, it definitely feels like it's missing. I don't think it's overpowering. I would definitely get used to it. If I had a bigger chair, I can sit a little bit more comfortably. I would be able to lean back into it a little bit more. But I definitely don't think it's overpowering. Let me try the shotgun.
Enemy at the forklift.
I feel the footsteps. I'm not sure if it's mine or somebody else's. Oh, it changed when I went under the tunnel. Oh, it's definitely a reaction when you get shot and it starts vibrating. I don't hate it. Oh my God. Can we restart? I want to blow somebody up. I want to see what that does.
Just fire it, man.
Switch to YouTube.
Oh, hell yeah. I got one. Got one, baby. Got 2. Even though it's only on my back, it feels like because of this chair, it's underneath me too. So I think depending on what chair you're using, it also probably helps. All right, well, here we go.
That's a perfect way to end.
Sucker. How do I noob tube, Chris?
B.
Oh, no! Now you're all dead, suckers!
The judge is right.
Oh!
Yeah.
I gotta say,
Personal radar
it is
drone
nice
ready
to
for
have that
escort.
rumble
Allies
there.
received an airstrike incoming. Be aware.
You feel the recoil from the guns,
Allies
but it feels like bass is coming more from other stuff than your own gunfire.
Allied
Instead
UAV
of like,
overhead.
it being sort of a thing where the tactileness, the haptic feedback on this sort of gives you an idea of where you're being shot at and stuff like that.
Keep hitting
It
them.
feels
We
more
have
like
this.
a movie theater experience when you have this on here.
Yeah, I like it. It definitely adds, like I said, it's just another a source of information, but like it definitely has a more realism feel. Like you definitely more feel in the game. I know it's probably impossible, but like unless I have a bigger chair, it would have to be thinner. Like I would need a deeper chair for sure, but I don't know how it's gonna be on every game, but it's not picking up my gunshots. So when I'm shooting, I don't feel it. I only feel everything else around me. So I'm not quite sure how the audio is working, but it might not be like this in every game. I felt like I was doing pretty good even without headphones because I still have a sense of what's going on around me. And now that it's off, now I just feel completely blind. I probably would have heard that guy right now. Instead of just using 2 of your senses, you're able to use 3 of your senses, and it might actually make you a little bit better on certain games.
You can feel it. You can feel a huge difference on it. Like it's just like the headphones that I have. It's the whole Corsair, the haptic thing. It just I like it. I honestly would recommend this type of stuff just because I feel like it immerses you better. Got him. Yeah, you can even feel the reaction on the shotguns and all that stuff. Just on that alone, the sheer fact that you can feel the gun going off makes a huge difference. At least to me, I look for that type of stuff when I play games or look for material. Material, I mean like gaming stuff in general.
And you're dead.
Dead.
Oh. Okay, I'm good. I'm good. I've been immersed.
Right.
I like it because I like bass. I feel like it's not perfect, but nothing is. It's not gonna be perfect until you're, I don't know, you got a full bodysuit on. That's when you fire the gun, you feel it in your shoulder. I mean, so that's what's kind of weird, I guess, for somebody like me who I have shot real guns. You expect something when you say, oh, it's gonna be like, it's gonna give you a vibration or something, and then you're feeling it on your back. So that's it's a little odd, but it is cool. It is very immersive. Sometimes I don't want to be that immersed. Sometimes you want to be a little disconnected and play and have fun. But if you have the headphones on and you're locked in, and I think it is good. Subscribe, The Judge 314.
What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's a waste. I mean, it's cool, a little vibrating, but it's like, it's over. Like, it's not necessary at all. Like,
Okay.
It'd probably feel better if it was behind the chair, not like in the chair. I feel like I'm kind of being pushed forward a little bit, but other than that, makes the gameplay feel more realistic, and that you're in the fight versus like actually just listening through your headphones and getting the bass coming from the headphones. It's actually coming from, you know, a physical object versus, you know, just music and sound.
If you went out and you're in one of those like arcade sort of high-end, maybe cool like video game places that are out that, you know, maybe malls and stuff have, GameWorks, things like that, Dave & Buster's, this feels like something that would be in one of their machines, one of their systems, if playing some sort of arcade cabinet built thing for a shooting game. That's what it feels like to me. More of a movie theater experience, or like, I guess if you're on one of those 4D rides at a like a theme park, amusement park, or stuff like that. Maybe like Universal Studios, the Simpsons ride, or before that, or was it the Fast and Furious ride? Oh, the Fast and Furious ride is one too, and then it was Back to the Future ride before that, not the Fast and Furious one, but the Simpsons one. It sort of feels like that. The one thing that is lacking then is a whole chair moving you around like that, but the vibration is there, and I actually kind of like it.
What do I do with my hands? Overall thoughts on this product alone, I like music, I like bass. That's what I've always had. Even on all my cars, I've always made sure to put a system in it with the subwoofer. I would 100% recommend this just because I know I like that type of product. Oh, I think that it could use some improvements, like a side saddle in the sense of the way to go on your side to kind of give you vibrations there. Maybe a shoulder one. It's just a little thick, and it's going to be a problem with the chairs. But you know, they do make a lot of different chairs out there, so it can fit with it. You just have to find the right product if you're willing to do the work for it. Oh, I 100% love it. I would 10 out of 10 recommend this. I love the system on it. I love how it vibrates, and you can feel each program, like anything that's programmed into the game. Like, I love that you can feel that type of stuff.
I liked it. I personally liked it. The comfort factor was a little bit much. Like I said, I need a deeper chair, but overall the experience was interesting.
All right, you've stated a few things that you've liked about it. Is there anything that you would have changed more in depth?
Somehow to make it a little bit thinner, or like I said, I definitely need to try it with a thicker, seat, or a longer seat, and to give myself more room to kind of, lean back into it. My back was already getting warm and kind of sweaty after just a 3/4 of a Call of Duty match. So we're talking, I think I was probably playing for 4 or 5 minutes total. So I have concerns over an hour use, 2 hours of use, the comfort on my back, how I feel, because you also have to kind of sit straight, because this is straight. So if you have a little bit more of a curved chair, this is definitely going to change the way you sit.
Well, I mean, it seems kind of like toyish to me a little bit, but then after using it for a little bit, I mean, I started enjoying it because I actually started playing with it off camera with it with no sound on, and it actually helped. And that's where I kind of noticed how it worked a little bit better. I do like, though, with the music, how it sounds very, very good. I mean, with the bass, it gives you like a really good feedback. But I do wish maybe it had, like, maybe if it was out on the sides a little bit, or had something, or even down here to feel, so you can get more spatial awareness. and I think that would be a huge plus for it. But overall, it's, you know, it's pretty cool. I mean, I could see where it would work. I mean, not really my cup of tea, but I can see where it could fit in for some people.
My initial impressions with my experience with this device was the actual amount of bass that actually came out from the actual chair pad. I feel like it was something that enhanced the experience of gameplay. It made the gameplay more fun. That being said, because of how thick the device is, I am kind of a bigger guy, and sitting in the chair, it kind of pushed me forward on it. I would like to see the device a little thinner, or even maybe a multi-level device, which would be like, you know, a speaker in your back, maybe a speaker on your arm or something like that that made some rumble.
Proceed. I personally like it. I do like subs. I like bass. I do like the immersion. I think it's something that is a unique item to use, but not always have on. As far as the device and how it works, there's nothing I don't like about the device itself. Are there improvements that could be made? Sure. But the device as it sits for what it is, there's nothing negative to say.
So this is going to cost around $350 at that price. Do you still like it?
Yeah, I would be okay with spending that type of money for it, just because that's the type of gamer I am. I'm an immersion. I don't like playing games unless I can immerse, and this right here would help me with that. I have a haptic headset, and after that, this is what I would want. So I would pay that much money for it. I would 10 out of 10 recommend this any day of the week.
Would you buy it for that price?
I personally would not buy it for $350. Even though I love the experience, I love the immersion, I personally wouldn't spend $350. I would probably wait for a version 2, version 3 to see how it gets, upgrades get implemented in the future. For something like this, with what you're getting, because I know these things are not cheap. Looking at them, that's how I picked this up, feeling the weight, I can tell the power, just the heat that's coming off this thing. It was built very well. I understand that things cost money. I think the price range that I would be looking at is probably about the $250 mark.
I wouldn't pay $350 for this. For me, in my collection, I don't see me using something like this, but maybe in about the $100 price point, $150, I might pick it up, but any more than that, I don't think so.
At the $350 price mark, I don't think I would pay $350 just for this. If it was an actual chair and it was more of the 500 or less area, like 450, 500 area, then it would be definitely something I would look into because you would get full motion of the actual chair, or possibly if it was the multi-connection area, like I said, it had the speaker in the back, maybe a speaker on both your arms so you could feel like gunshots or stuff like that, then the $350 price mark would actually make sense. Although I do see the quality, especially in the actual sound receiver. It's heavy, and so is the actual device, so there is quite a bit of material in that. So if I was looking to buy this, I'd be looking at maybe the $200 to $250 price mark.
Personally, I wouldn't buy it for $350. I think it's a novelty item. I think it's extra, and I don't think that it's something that I necessarily need to have a good experience when playing video games. So at $350, I think it's a little excessive, and I personally wouldn't buy it. I think for something of this caliber and the amount of times that I would personally use it, it would have to be under the $100 price range, just because I wouldn't use it every time I play the game. I think it's something that you would have to use when you want to be fully immersed, and something that you wouldn't have on daily or on stream and things like that. It would be something that you would have to totally zone into that game to want to be using. Like and subscribe
to the Twitch
Coalition Gaming. Don't sub to me. I stream once a year. It's a scam.
All right, so that's everybody who checked it out. My personal thoughts on it from my experience with it is that I like what it brings to the immersion, the feeling of the rumble on your back. But like everybody said, mostly everybody, the way it pushes you forward in your seat is a little uncomfortable, but that is ultimately going to depend on the size of the person and the seat that they have. So it isn't really a universal issue for everybody, but based on the sample size here, it's going to be an issue for a lot of people. Something to think about if you're looking at a device like this. Personally, I like the bass, I like the rumble. Listening to music with it also was pretty cool, I gotta say. There's a little funny effect it has on your voice because of the vibrations. You sound like you're speaking into a fan. Like, like if you're saying like, Luke, I am your father, like you would joke around in those freaking oscillating fans, but yeah. Once you actually get going with it pretty well though, you do get used to it, and if you turn it off, you want it back. So it has like an effect on your brain that you want it there after you've used it. So that's kind of cool. So in that regard, maybe it's something that you just don't know that you're missing. So the price point on this might seem a little high still, 350 bucks, but in the grand space of this, there are other devices in the market that do something similar. They're wireless, which means they can't be very powerful, and they cost more. So where this falls might be a good price for some people. It's a bit of a luxury item for a gamer, sure, but when other alternatives are more expensive, you know, this stands out. Do you think a device like this is something that you would want in your setup? And at 350 bucks, do you think this is something that you would invest in for your setup? Here, let me give you some examples of other ways that this can be a good purchase. As a gift, honestly, that's a really good one, because sometimes you want to buy a gamer friend or son or daughter or family member or something like that, a cool gift for their gaming setup, but you don't really know what they have or what they want. And a device like this definitely falls into the kind of person who's the gamer that has pretty much everything, but there's a good chance they don't have this. Now, I can see future improvements to this device, maybe getting thinner, maybe having extra reach around the person, like a lot of my friends said, having something on the shoulders, on the arms, something like that. There's a lot for this to grow. And if we're talking about the interface specifically, this is using analog left-right audio, so you only really have left-right. And sure, games are coded very well to use two speakers to determine positional audio, but you could probably get into more advanced positional audio if you went with a USB interface, something that had a sound card that could translate that audio a little bit better. But I mean, this way, basically, they're relying on your own system. It's analog left, right. It has its weaknesses, it has its strengths, but you know, the future, we'll see if the Gen 2 or Gen 3, whatever, has stuff like that. All right, everybody, what'd you guys think of this video? What do you guys think of this device? Drop a comment down below. Let's talk about it. If you like this video, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button and that bell so you don't miss a single upload. Also, I stream to Twitch every Friday at 8 p.m. Pacific at twitch.tv/Coalition Gaming Crew. So drop a follow, stop on by, let's talk tech, or let's talk devices like this. All right, we got tons of other content. You just want to click right over here. There's one of these videos, stream tips, microphones. I've been doing a lot of microphone content lately. Headsets, PC builds, all sorts of, you gonna click one?
Nope.
You're still here, huh?
Yup.
Okay, bye.
Nope.